Pretty pissed off today. So Cloud9, the new young guns. Let me see some.
Let me see some indeed. And again, it's not even just the fact that these are new players in terms of them making it to the league. We're also dealing with players that don't have a lot of experience with one another except for the Stallions duo. So I actually kind of want to know more about like who's the one like kind of quarterback in this team. Do you trust Encourage, who has probably the most overall success in challengers to this point? Or do you trust someone like Okus, who had a ton of competitive experience at Fortnite, including 4v4 mode at EWC, but it's his first year competing in COD? A lot of questions to be asked, and so far, I'll be honest, Cloud9 is shooting and at least battling for the opening time until finally G2 breakthrough.
Yeah, don't really give up a lot of time initially off of that P1 to G2. And now you're going to cut your losses, set up here at the P2. It's all about these initial fights looking to go your way. You heard Namus talk about it. Okus is mechanically talented, coming from a different title. Doesn't matter, the guy can still shoot. He even started off this season by winning my early stud fam tournament. So I've been able to see him for a little bit, but so far, great hold here from C9. And with Nezra being as aggressive as he was, he finds two. A lead change early on for Cloud9.
And Hyde turns his attention right back over towards rooftops, where he catches a Semtex to the face. Oak is now trying to lock down couches, can't get the best of skies. And so Encourage, fighting for his life inside the hill, will eventually be bounced out, and it'll be G2 breaking in from the front. Pretty convincingly, mind you, as well, only dropping Kremp in the moment. So 28 seconds to fight for. Next wave for Cloud9 coming quickly, though, with the close spawns.
Yeah, you're definitely going to try to contest this, not rotate early and give up all this time for free. So you find the opening kill. Now you have the position that you want to be in the trades. A team kill isn't going to hit the scenario, but thankfully Nezra's still alive and punching. C9 take the slight lead again, and Skies takes a route off of the map there. And now it's about off the rotation, and Cloud9 are here early.
Oh, goodness. And this is a decent read from Nezra. We'll know that Sky spawned behind him, but doesn't win the battle. So now the pinch is on the way for G2. Eyes up all over the place as Cramp wins another one inside the hill. Following up, no worries there, as Encourage just had absolutely nowhere to go. So weird moment there with Skies just tiptoeing off the rooftops, leads to a natural pinch setup with the timing, and G2 are in the time with 40 seconds to go.
Yeah, but now there are traps, so Astria knows. There's going to be pressure over towards Dojo. He tries to set the tone, but he does get cut down. 2 kills in favor of C9 for the break. And now you're forced to hit some routes if you are G2. Crap trying to take his sweet time on the backside of Dojo, looking for the timing. Nezra is able to get the info, but Crap is just going to say, screw you, I'm going to go help my team.
Yeah, and that's that team focus that leads to scrappy moments that G2 seem to thrive in. Nezra in some trouble. Good damage, though, on a multitude of players. Now has the pistol out, but is void from being able to find any more kills to at least stop. But yeah, Nezra's finessing. I'm telling you what, 3 in a row, running out of ammunition, will eventually be put down, but has gained space for Cloud9 to get some good control over 4. Spawns are actually really close here for Nezra as well. So now it's just down to reading the split situation on this hit.
Yeah, that's 3 out of the 4 hardpoints already that C9, since a young team, have done the fundamental part correctly. Just be the team initially to start off some of these hardpoints. Just right off the first opportunity for G2 through the front door, are you able to get an early break, but now you're surrounded if you are Mamba. That's just going to clean up house. Now going to be the aggressive through the front side. This young buck is shooting.
Tell you what, all right, well, let's get the answer to our question about who's kind of quarterbacking in the comms. We'll jump over to our first listen in with this brand new Cloud9 New York team.
I'm dead. 2 outer.
Okay.
One inner. I'm taking your time, bro. I'm not with you. Fine. I have over your outer.
What are you gonna do?
We're all here.
Guys weak, small.
Small dead.
You knife me. Nice, switch it.
Top blue, low left. He's going P1. Mama's in P1.
Play your flank, Encourage. Just play slow.
I'm playing slow. I'm taking my time.
I spawned to P2, guys.
Kill him.
There's probably one here.
He's weak.
I'm starting out.
Weak back blue.
Okay, Astro's Bika.
This guy's top window. I'm stunning your Bika.
I'm setting Bika.
You're left.
One more left.
One
No time, guys.
Top window weak.
Back time.
Bottom vines. Close right.
Left side. Watch out. Bullet right side. Bullet. Nice shit. Now get back left time.
I need your time. Time needed.
Turn your left.
One's not broken. I have over you.
One top window.
Top window, guys. Turn your left.
Connector.
Bika, crap, one shot.
Blue, one shot. I don't see B jet.
Beacon's still there, Skies.
I'm holding the right
hard
Front
one shot, Cramp, bottom broken.
Front new, Paul, front new, one shot.
Okay, one's laying down, bottom broken.
Sorry, corner touch, push. Two touches.
I'm behind. He's coming couches.
One shot couches, guys.
Gotcha.
Paul front, Paul's right.
He's in couches. Or yeah,
Life one
spawn
shot.
front.
Life one shot.
I'm coming to help you front. Look
Time dead. One
Watch
more
outer.
time.
He's gonna be outer. He's gonna be outer.
Have you outer.
I don't see my time. One time.
Outer time. Guys is out.
Skies hit one. Skies hit one time. On the pillar.
Nice.
Nice. Great.
Flying far. We're flying far.
Back row. Make sure you do stuns and nades. Stuns and nades.
Yo, one's outer, one's
I'm gonna
outer,
go
one's outer,
broken
one's
fast.
outer.
Two to your right. Two to your right. Two to your right.
I stunned him in broken. I stunned him captured him.
Okay. I don't see couches. I'm waiting for you. I'm tallying now.
In the back as well. He's gonna go garage. He's gonna go rush first.
Outer. One's outer. Nice. One gun pillar.
There's two on time.
I can go outer.
There's on my post.
1 week.
One shot. Astro. 3 on time. 3 on time.
Pretty hard. Then outer.
You're gonna
One's outer.
Gotta get Nick.
I'm getting out. I'm getting out now.
Yo, wrap up.
Outer weak.
There might be a party.
Front absolute. All good.
I'm waiting for you.
I'm stunning.
I'm going to. You're gonna be mid on you guys.
I'm spawning back to old, bro. I'm trying to rotate. I
You
can
want-
go. One's going tower, Mamba.
P1.
Look at tower.
Outer.
Yeah. I'll storm.
Well, Jay, I'll tell you, it is one of those situations that, yeah, you can be impressed. These guys are shooting at pretty much the same level as G2, but you hear it in the comms. It's just a lot of, let's make sure we use our stuns. Okay, we're spawning here, they're spawning there. Like, it's a lot of just figuring things out, and that's when the game gets out of hand, because G2 just are subconscious, really just doing that automatically.
Yeah, things are just going to be like that when you have such a young lineup with barely any experience at this level of play. Just calling out to your teammate, make sure we use our stunts. Like, that's not what you're expecting to hear when you go to a professional team's lineup listening. But, you know, there's a lot of things that still need to be figured out for this young crew. And including when they need to find breaks and how they're going to set those up. Because that was a flawless 60 from G2 at that P2. They're trying to make up for it with good time here at the P3. But when you have so much of a lead, Skies can start to value his life and hit those routes early off the rotation towards P4 now.
Oh, they do get hide spawning close by bottom server, though, so maybe a chance to just brute force your way through this setup from G2. It's a little loose at the moment, but they're able to lock down things at pillars. Skies destroys the trophy, stomps on it, and then tries to make his way into the hard point. Good trade from Kremp, though, has G2 stabilizing. And yeah, you're absolutely right. And, you know, kind of zooming out from this particular moment, you know, for Cloud9, you know, the comms that you're hearing are like, obviously, it's just this person's there. This is where I'm at. This is where the spawns are. We're not quarterbacking any particular place, but I will say you did hear Okas's voice maybe more than the others in a lot of those moments of like, okay, here's the teamwork element that we have to make sure we're doing here.
Yeah, between him and Encourage, like, those are the guys I would say, like, with technically the most experience that you can have, even though Okas is fairly new. But just running an AR, it's easy to be the quarterback of the team at certain points. Just right now, just haven't really been able to figure out, like, versus an established team when they're fully set up, how we're going to execute these breaks, because we're just going one by one through the front. This is more than happy for G2 to just keep on cutting them down and run up those stats a little bit better. You blink, now you're up 100.
Yeah, and really, I mean, again, the expectations for the series for Cloud9 aren't exactly what I would call high. And I think just overall, you look at the time that these guys have had since being signed and all of the debacle of like who was going to play for the team, who's saying yes, who's saying no. But boy, we're dealing with, we'll just give them the benefit of it now, a week worth of practice. And let's be honest, they're just trying to get to know each other. Like we said, it's really just the two players that played on Stallions that have any familiarity with one another. So it's a lot of figuring out to do. You're also dealing with a new coach that you hadn't worked with before. Like, it's just a lot of logistics and just getting the comms put together and who's running what and what maps do we like. It's just a big feeling out period for sure.
Yeah, but all this experience is only going to get them to be better. Better players, better individuals, better teammates. With performances like this, when you're playing against the best players in the world in a professional set, like, you're only bound to improve little by little. And right now, this is a drastic improvement. They are lighting up the kill feed. Encourage on 5 in a row. You're trying to flip them out on the opposite side towards P2, because Cloud9 were in the game when they were beating them to the punch in the fundamental game, and now have an opportunity to just isolate onto Estro for this final kill and lead to early time here at P2.
Oh, okay, they do find the elimination, but here comes a quick hit from Skies to the outside, shut down by Okas, who's now on 5 in a row of his own. So, okay, let's turn up a little bit, see if these guys can put together a setup worthy of a solid hold. Encourage 7 in a row as that nade lands, but caught off by the couch ruler. Nezra trying to follow, and no, not quite able to hang. Spawns are still close, but as Okas drops, the numbers are not great for Cloud9 trying to fight into this last 30 before G2 can close.
Hey, you need to try to contest this, because Encourage is thinking, I can't use my Hellstorm here. I gotta at least get it over towards the P3, so we need to win some fights. At least force them to be stagnant on this setup here at the P2. You're going trade for trade. Estru with a team kill is only going to help the situation. And now Hyde flies in potentially for the last one-on-one. No, it's not. Kremp still.
Yeah, and that's tough because Cloud9 were already rotating over. Hyde is spawning all the way over towards P4. So you need to find these eliminations. You need to find them quickly. Skies will drop at Dojo. Eyes now up as Mamba has established that he's still playing on that same angle. Mid-cut position for Cramp. Stepping into contest. Kills coming through as Mamba catches a second. But Cloud9 trying to work with some ground to stabilize around the hardpoint. Not fully able to survive, but the numbers are still decent enough to keep the hardpoint neutral.
Yeah, and they have Dojo side too, so just not allowing G2 to be in the time is ideal, but we need kills to go our way so we can eventually be the team soaking up this hill time. And it's Nezra and Encourage able to combine for 3, and that's all 4 dead. The only thing is just no one blocks the back spawn, so Encourage is gonna have his hands full when he was thinking he was gonna be clear as day on that side of the map. So this final 25 is good, but we need these kills over towards Dragon.
But you can't lose focus of the hardpoint time either, because all that G2 need are 9 seconds. And Encourage shuts down into Estrel.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Now an opportunity to really lock down this rotation. Hold on a second. G2, what do you decide to do? Do you play for rotation? Do you play for the old time? Looks like they're gonna try to go for the old time, but the kills come through evenly. So now Okus just trying to watch one on rotation. 203, 241. Cloud9 with the spawns. Kremp making a mess of small room, but shut down by Okus. And here we go. Just got to get the player out of the hill. 244 to 203. Nedger with the kill, but Cloud9 are going to lose spawns.
You lose the spawns. Now you're banking on a tight setup. No one scam. Wait for them to slide on in for the gunfights to start going down. But Estrier and Kremp already combined for 2. So Nezra, High, need to try to hold on from the front side. They find 2. Mamba going for the trade. He leads to a double. And G2 can close it out now. Yeah, it looks like they're working on this to be added for they could be strong at this one. So C9 got to show me some again here on this map too.
Yeah, G2 1-3, but 2 round 10 losses and a round 9 loss. And some of those came, and guess it, map number 5. So you're right. They got to find a way to ice up here if you're G2. Opening set play for Cloud9 is feeling things out over towards the P2 tank, but first blood will come by way of Nezra. Long range shots onto Skies, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Dravik from panel to panel against Skies, a world champion. Okay.
Yeah, Skies must have had a sniper and was just looking at a different angle there, because Nezra absolutely rips him to strats for the early first blood. So now C9 already 40 seconds gone off of the round. Gonna try to commit over towards B side, but Estriel chooses the right time to watch the cross. Makes it a 3v3, but numbers still in favor of C9 with Hot finding 1.
Yeah, G2 really would have to fight this off of the flank. Encourage will hold the ground. Here comes the play. Has an M15, lots of damage in. Actually almost gets both, but Mamba still chows, finds the win. That'll be one of what would need to be a 1v3 for him. Bomb planted. Both nades to play with, but no information on where this post plant is difficult.
Yeah, Hot is just playing the timing, gets the info, and has the head glitch to not allow Mamba to have any breathing room here. It's already 15 seconds gone. Mamba had
Fortnite event that happened in WC was not in your typical battle royale format.
Oh yeah,
it was
I remember
4v4.
you told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And like Okus was him, man. I mean, they finished second in the event, and Okus was disgusting. So as much as he may not have COD hands, there's still some familiarity of how to play through some of these modes. So keep an eye on that.
He's got talent, that's for sure. And he also got players like Hyde who have been basically playing Search and Destroy since he was in diapers, so. A minute left to go. G2 trying to work their way through low dirt. Estriel going to be spotted out with a nade. Not side of the map, and Cloud9 aren't taking anyone in a scam position. They're willing to give up this bomb plant, but they get the info.
Yeah, and just why not? Just play retake here. So here comes the burst out of the doors. You're gonna try to catch Estriel off the exit. He'll smoke himself to some freedom, and yes, this really gets away. So now you got to crack down on this post plant. Now if you're trying to work something over through the inside of Gen's, not gonna work out. Encourage, tough position, but comes away with one. Oh. No, we all know that feeling, dude. Even the edge of the smoke will avoid the auto aim lock-in. And so now Okus would have to try to clutch the rest of this up. Good shots, has a chance at it, but this position from Skies is tough, and that's why. Jump across will happen, and Skies will just wait for about 8 seconds on the clock. Go burst, check it with... Oh, mercy, that's so funny. I don't think we've ever seen that. All right, 1-1 the count. Encourage, is he gonna try to scope? Yeah. Nothing top window though, at least not for now. It's a double hit through doors early. Mamba gets 2 outside dirt. That's inexcusable. And the round likely to break apart from here with that win. Mamba's looking for the ace.
Yeah, just complete blind counter setup there from G2.
Like messed with you like in the mental space of legitimately like, okay, how are we going to expect just a raw double hit from bottom doors like that? It's just insane. Well, Encourage gets first blood onto Mamba. G2 do not look dissuaded though from still pushing up towards this front door at B, or at least front area of B, and the player defending is Nedra, who's already gone, and now this defense has to rotate through Kremp, who's already established some forward control.
Yeah, and that's just something you're gonna learn, you know, from this situation. If you're Nezra, we find the first blood. All I'm doing is trying to get the information and not trying to get caught. But now in the 3v3, you still have an opportunity on the retake here because everyone's weak behind nade.
Yeah, but Kremp has stayed alive. Now off the regen, Estriel's kept everybody safe. And the last
jobs is throw a shoulder and get out and play the retake with your numbers. But again, not having the experience, doesn't know what he actually needs to do there. And unfortunately, just gets caught. Now G2 with 3 rounds in a row. They currently think they can do no wrong, and they find another first one through the map.
Yep, and then the opening trades will still go the way of G2. Encourage, last one left, is on the way out trying to reset the remainder of this 1v2, and he will be successful in that. But the problem is the bomb is down, and it looks like G2 are aware of that.
Yeah, now Encourage is going to take his sweet time to work on this long route. Going to be unaccounted for, so potentially
the storyline most likely of this Cloud9 team for quite some time. Just trying to get caught up. It's very difficult to do. Like this idea though. Hey, let's try something different. 3-man hit to P2 stairs. Stun check doesn't land. Skies could be in some trouble here, and yeah, sure is. Oak's able to win the corner, and then you also find Estriel. So that stun not lasting, or landing rather, I should say, for G2, pretty impactful. It looks like Cloud9 should be good for a second round here.
yeah, now it's Crap left in a 1v4. Just don't give him any free one-on-one gunfights because there's no chance there. So C9 just switch up the pacing there to stop the bleeding. Get their second on the board.
Yep. But putting them together is a different story. And G2 is going to show a different defensive look with 3 players initially looking at B, but nade's not landing. For G2 has Mamba rotating out. Estriel was thinking about it. And then delayed nades for Cloud9 has them second guessing. It's a little bit of doubt here from G2, and they might get caught off guard here by the route from Hyde. Not the case. And on top of that, Kremp also gets the read down low. Easy follow-up for Estriel. And it's just down to Encourage, who's already been tagged up.
Yeah, 1v3. They already know exactly where you're going to be. Spot them if you are Skies through top window. Yeah.
Like I said, like you mentioned it, the 1 in 3 on the map, plenty of rehearsal reps, but a lot of those have been in map 5 and they haven't been able to close. Round 9, round 10 losses. So building out the playbook in a variety of ways. I mean, we've seen some really cool, unique looks from G2 in almost every single round. Cloud9 looking for the same hit they had done prior with this heavy-handed approach. This time, Skies is good.
And when you're not finding you can just open up lanes, that's what forces you to consistently be on the defense. That's why they're so good at stopping the ball. So we need to just find our kills through the middle of the map and not always be on the back foot.
Yeah, G2 2 and 2 in the mode in Major 1. So looking to try to add that little extra favor and fuel. Encourage on the cross. Oh boy, has already lost 1, but at least they stopped the EMP just short of the motel steps. And a chance for Cloud9 to claim a lot of ground here if they can win back mid-map. But oh my goodness, we almost lost 1 for a score. Still not out of the woods yet. Kremp trying to grab and go, but Okus with the shutdown has Skies pausing for a reset.
Yeah, C9 now on the back foot, just need to slay their way out of spawn. Let the EMP potentially get resetted, and that's exactly what's going to go down. But it's still a battle for this mid-map control. Kremp now trying to get lost behind enemy lines, puts himself into this short top green, has the timing, but not the gunny. Encourage wins that one-on-one. Now G2 forced to slow down.
Indeed, indeed. But do they get a read on Okus's position? Not fully yet, but a chance here for Estriel to at least make a mess in the middle of the map. They do get the trade, and whoa, Estriel almost goes up tall to find a second. Kremp with some damage in, but is trying to still play bodyguard to see if they can get the EMP a little bit further out, if it even grabbed at all at this point. But Cloud9 continue to battle, and we've got ourselves a stalemate still at mid.
And now they have the map control, and G2 are backs against the wall. Need to slay their way out of spawn. Thankfully, you got Mr. Kremp able to line up a double, alleviate some of that pressure going through the middle of the map. And now again with only a minute, 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. It's just a battle of like just wave of kills. And finally C9 get all 3, taking an EMP now for George play.
Yeah, first offensive moment here for Cloud9, and it comes to a very swift end. Semtex over the top at plane has G2 very quickly.
Hide.
Yeah, It sure is. Needs to try to come back over, but interestingly enough, Skies doesn't go over to his lead blocker, Kremp. Instead, it's Estriel with the double and a chance to possibly do it himself. He's waiting for Kremp to try to clear the space around the sides. The score is in. Kremp finds 3 in a row, and now we're scrambling just to try to watch from top green to see if you can catch Cloud9 trying to rotate over to the EMP, and Kremp's good for 4.
Yeah, it's cool. We got a bunch of players in this spawn, but we don't got nobody by the EMP. So we need to make sure we're either gonna wrap backdoor spawn to clear out Kremp or just not allow them to grab it to potentially get another score. Nezra is slaying behind enemy lines. Kremp is still gonna be lost. Oak is able to locate him. And even though it looked like C9 had all that map control, now you have an opportunity to run the ball, but all of G2 off spawn.
Yep. So you got to try to find another set of kills here. Okus, the one leading the charge with this M13. And he finds the opener. No trade immediately to be found behind that, though, as Skies will keep this lane contested. And a route from Mamba. They need to get here quickly because there's a lot of ground game, but Mamba gets red, and now you've got a handful down. You can just keep your focus purely on the front. Damage into the corner. Hyde trying to work on the space through mid, and this could lead to a score. Just comes down to do G2 get off spawn fast enough. They stop the first EMP carrier. The stun lands onto the second. Hyde trying to get back to it, unable to collect, and G2 hold.
Man, those stuns in name are just so strong on the side of G2. C9, I think this one should be clear as day. But just off the rat pack to the front side of blue with all your attacks hitting, you are able to get a goal line stop. And now you're the team on the attack, but 3 players go down. Sky's now forced to find a couple of kills. He doesn't find any. And now Cloud9 with all the map control. G2 off the back foot again.
Nezra trying to find a route. The problem is the EMP carrier once again in some trouble, but Encourage is able to slip through all of that. Looked like G2 had the right setup to get the read, but no one could track down Encourage, so the score does slip through for Cloud9. Tie game. Hyde getting a read here at mid, and he will find an opportunity to double down and makes good on it. Could he get the 3? Oh. Sure, why not? Okay, here we go. Opportunity for Cloud9 to grab and go again. The problem is they don't know where Kremp is until Nezra finds him, and now we can keep the gas pedal down.
How long can he stay alive? Because Hyde is still slaying on the top side of blue. Great angle there from Skies to win that one-on-one to try to slow down this play. He's able to find a double, but it's still the young gun in Hyde on 6 in a row. Slaying with the SNG behind enemy lines. And G2 are thinking, all right, we're playing Cloud9, our new roster. We suck at overload currently. We should be able to steamroll them, but they still have issues that they need to work on.
Yeah, looking good right now for Cloud9 in some of those moments, but here we go. 10 seconds before the half. Big shots from Kremp. Still alive as Nezra was affected by a stun. No full regen though for Kremp, and the EMP not able to fully get their Skies trying.
Going into the second half, Al.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what, 4 or 5 offensive possessions of the EMP, and 3 of them looked really good. And now off the break off. Good moment here. Okus clears out Motel Steps. The only player that's really left to contest initially is on the mid cut. And Encourage is going to trust his teammate to clean that up and keep this position a little bit further forward, but Mamba, Kremp combined, they find damage to at least shut down the play from getting any further forward, and G2 are trying to restructure now off the respawn.
Yeah, they gotta get out of their base because here comes Hyde on the pinch, gonna catch you off guard for the freebie. Now EMP carrier just needs to slow down, wait for your teammate to get in front of you, but you go too fast, and G2 are able to get another stop. Now Nezra trying to be a nuisance on the opposite side of the map, wins a one-on-one he's not supposed to win, and just slows down that play from G2, now working towards playing.
Kremp, good follow-up, is able to get into blue. And he's going to get off the reset. Okus has no idea, and honestly, Nezra is trying to like hold the ground to say maybe he'll walk across me, but Kremp is making a mess of this setup. Sky's still assisting from the front. Only thing missing for G2 is the device. So Hyde will, well, go play hide and go seek. Try to see if he can find the players on the other side. Not going to work out, and now you have an opportunity with the EMP, with potentially the shutdown on this pinch to find a way to score if you're G2.
Yeah, they have the players, they have the positionings that they want. That's already 3 dead in the feed, and Kremp is still alive behind enemy lines. Finally gonna get taken care of, and Nezra with the movement leads to 3 for the goal line stop. So G2 just a little slow on their approach there. Allows Cloud9 to reinforce their way through back blue. Nezra pops 3. Now they're in control of the EMP, working over towards Motel.
And I will say instinctively, Cloud9's actually playing the map quite well.
They are.
Considering, again, they just have not really had any time to practice, but you see the scoreboard, everyone's slaying evenly. They're moving around the map in the right spots. They're getting decent reads. So, hey, 2:50 to play. 2-1 up are Cloud9 at the moment. And G2, even though they've had better maybe EMP possession rate, their offensive looks, like you said, have been a little scattery, and Cloud9 are ripping them apart.
Yeah, that's already 2 that again. With C9 trying to be the aggressors on your side of the map. You need to take care of this guy on plane. Heady, Hyde is able to find one, and he's still alive. For Astro, this is not the preferred gunfight that you want, especially on this side of the map, but now your teammates are here to reinforce. 3 go down in the feed. Hyde still here on 3 in a row, not allowing you to get the push that you want. He just keeps on slowing out the time. You'll take it.
Mamba just continues to be a little bit in the blender, trying to be the rogue agent to get through this Cloud9 setup. Pistol shots from Kremp, tagging onto one. Easy follow from Estriel.
The pinch.
And wow, clean shots up top. Skies gets credit for the kill, but credit the damage over to Estriel. One more player to find from behind is encouraging. He will drop as the score comes through. Oh, mercy. Kremp now in position to make a mess of the Cloud9 spawns. Device could be ran here for a relay. Mamba in position, waiting for it to come through, but Nezra clears the front doors, gets Cloud9 a little bit out of the spawn trap until Mamba almost able to double down, but as he and Kremp are shut down, Cloud9 have exit.
Yeah, this is a scary moment now for C9 because no one's going to wrap back over to its plane. They're going to work these OEs, try to take mid-map away. And with every gunfight win that G2 find, especially if they find them in 6, it's even more dangerous. 3 go down in the feed. You got to force yourself to iron up and beat Nezra, another 3-piece multi-kill demon on the goal line. Stop. Can he have another opportunity?
Well, he's just laying prone down low. Nedrick's able to find the first. Good help from Hyde. Pistol out for Skies as the EMP carrier, but he's got really no one else to work with or no ground to work with on top of that. So now, hold on a second. Look how far Hyde has gotten with that elimination. He's already playing through over towards the G2 spawn, but he will be traded. So as the EMP is collected, Cloud9 are going to try to swing this back over to Motel side, and as they do, they're met by Skies, who gets a double. And now an opportunity here for G2, if they can find these last 2 members, to possibly find a last-second score.
Just keep on slaying. Slow the game down. Look for the best opportunity you can find, but the shot punch not good enough for the kill out of Skies. Still a battle for this map control. EMP is going to reset over towards plane, and Mambo with the perfect route is able to line up a double. Cloud9 off the back foot. Gotta iron up, get a kill here.
Yeah, problem is they're so far outside. Nezra's not able to get an angle. Kremp scores, and oh, mercy. Mamba just puts him into a blender. And Mamba's now on 5 in a row. Trying to get to 6 may not make a difference. 10 seconds remaining. G2 in control of Motel. It was a heck of an effort from Cloud9 New York, but G2 behind Mamba, who had a slow start, finishes off with the